Good day, yogis. This is Stephen Cheng coming to you live from Simha Yoga Lab in Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment. Simha Yoga Lab is my handle, and the 4-digit ID code, if you're prompted for it, is 8096. Costs are $10, and if you're having a difficult time right now, $5 is fine. Please do the best you can. I'm streaming on Instagram and on Facebook, and the videos are uploaded to my YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab. Please visit any of those platforms for your practice. If you're thinking about coming to studio classes, there is a 25% capacity limit here, so please make sure that you follow the instructions on the website and send me an email for pre-registration. There is a waiver that you need to download and e-sign and attach to your pre-registration. So make sure you check into all the instructions on how to do that. And I will reconfirm back with whether or not I can accommodate you. So please do that a few hours in advance. Okay, so today's class is basics. It is a level 1 practice. It is suitable for those of you who are total beginners to yoga practice, or if you're working with any kind of minor conditions, and provided that you know how to modify, you know how to move within the practice, right? So otherwise, if you're working with any kind of limitations, special conditions, or other injuries, make sure that you are very mindful about not overdoing anything that is out of your range or that is inappropriate for your physical conditions right now, right? So make sure you modify and go easy, okay? Sitting up tall with the palms face up and the fingers come to Dhyana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. Ground evenly through your seat. Let your shoulders broaden. And with your lips touching, start to regulate your breath, breathing only through your nose. Three arms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer in front of the heart, pressing your thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something, or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Gato Piwa, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Pishendraha, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes, palms face up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Elongate through the left side of the neck. And take the chin toward the right shoulder. Release back to center, drop the right hand. Left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And then the chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center, drop the left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side. Roll it back, opposite side, roll center. Take a few more rounds at your own pace. Chin back to center and pause, taking the opposite direction. And come back to center again. Lift the chin parallel to the floor and lift your spine. Coming off your blocks and extend the legs forward, separating the feet. Hands supporting to either side and turn your toes toward each other. And then roll out, draw in, roll out, draw in. Outer rotation, circling. Back to center, switch them around. Back to center again, cross your shins, opposite shin on top. Raise the arms up high and extend. Twist to the right on the exhale. Take back to center, arms up. Exhale, other side. Back to center again, side bends. Right hand down, left arm overhead. Take back up, other side. Back to center again, legs forward, forward fold. Take back up, bend the knees, swing the legs back behind you. Come to your hands and knees. Hands are about shoulders width, fingers wide spread, either your middle fingers or your index fingers point straight forward. Line up your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees, tucking your toes under for additional support. On the inhale, draw the navel down. Raise your tail, raise the back of the head. Let's hold it here. Continue to breathe for the next few breaths. Right, start to let your inhales even out with your exhales. And finding this arching of your lower back, a nice way to stretch, open the front of the spine with a back bend. On the exhale, round the spine, dome the middle of the back up towards the sky, chin towards the chest. As you hold it here, continue to breathe and think about the tailbone tilting toward the heels. And that will give you a nice extension through your lower back, through your sacrum. So come back again, draw the navel down, raise the tail, raise the back of the head. This is your cow pose. This is the back bend. Exhale, round the spine, chin toward the chest. This is your cat pose. This is a forward bend. Inhale, arch, cow pose. Exhale, round, cat pose. Two more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral. Left hand walks one handprint wider, one handprint further forward. Inhale, raise your right elbow up. Exhale, thread through and stay suspended. Inhale, lift the right elbow up. Exhale, thread through. These are mobility movements into your thoracic spine. Lift and thread. Two more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Place your right hand to the floor, and as you bend your left elbow, draw the right shoulder, right cheek toward the floor, and this is thoracic twist. Your thoracic spine is your middle spine. Press into your left hand, walk it back to center, and then hands and knees. So remeasure out your hands about shoulders width, right? And let's take 3 cat-cows. Inhale, draw the navel down. Raise the tail, raise the back of the head. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral spine. Right hand, one handprint wider, one handprint further forward. Inhale, lift the left elbow up, thoracic twisting. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread through. 3 more times. Lift. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, lift. Exhale, through. Place the top of the left hand to the floor. As you keep reaching left hand to the right side, start to bend your right elbow. Let the left shoulder, left cheek come toward the floor as you twist. Press into your right hand, come back up, and walk your hands back in. Now this time, walk your hands slightly further forward. Let's say about 3 handprints forward. Then pressing your hands to the floor. Keep your feet over your knees. All right? And then you're going to tilt the tail back as you draw the chin and the chest toward the floor. This is your puppy pose. You may not come all the way down. That's perfectly fine. It all depends on your shoulder mobility. However, if you're able to draw further down, chin toward the chin toward the floor. Press into your hands, lift back up, walk your hands in, untuck the toes. Your pointed toe position, sit on top of your shin. With your hands on top of the thighs, round the spine, and press your hands into your thighs so that the mid-back is leaning back in space. So just broaden the upper back, and then on the inhale, lift up. Allow the shoulders to draw back in space as you lift the sternum upwards and gently looking up as well. So this is a back bend here. One more time. Exhale, round the spine, middle of the back up, back in space, and then chin towards the chest. Inhale, lift, broaden your chest, lift the heart center up, gaze up. Walk it back to, take it back to center. Take the arms out in a cactus. I'll face you this time. Right, in cactus. We'll twist side to side, 5 rounds. Twist to the right, back to center. Twist to left, back to center. Twist right, back to center. Twist left, back to center. Right, center. Left, center. 2 more rounds. Right, center. Left, center. Right, center. Left, center. Right hand to the floor, left arm overhead, and side bending. Take it back to center, other side. Take it back to center. Walk your hands forward, tuck the toes under, and slowly make your way back to the down dog. And then maybe walk it back in space a little bit, and then pedaling out side to side. Walk your feet forward toward your hands. All right, so you're toward the front of the mat. Separate your feet about mat width with your hands supporting. Now, if touching your hands to the floor is quite difficult for your forward fold, right? For your lower back and your hamstrings, then bend your knees, right? So it is important for you to bend your knees as much as you need so that your hands are on the floor supporting. Alternatively, if you have blocks, right, you can use your blocks, your choice, right? So if you're using a block, you're staying here with full extension. Maybe even with the blocks, you still need to bend your knees, right? It really depends. Side to side. All right, so wherever you are, bend the knees, let the feet drop to maybe about thighs parallel to the floor, tails reaching back, crown of the head reaching forward. Lengthen it through your spine. So we'll hold it here for a few more breaths. Now by now, your quads are probably beginning to react and fire up. Now keep the quads strong like this. Point the tail back, crown of the head forward, lengthening through the spine. Now, your mid-back, upper back is probably beginning to fire up as well. Right? So if you have poor posture, these poses are quite powerful for your upper and mid-back. Because by lifting and straightening, right, it is actually a very unfamiliar position for your back, right, if you have poor posturing, if you round forward a lot, right? So this is a very nice way in a very supportive way for you to get that strengthening and then lengthening. All right, start to lengthen out the legs again, sway it out side to side to release. All right, and let's come out of the pose with your hands supporting. Bend at the knees. Now lift the head and the upper back, shift the weight back towards your heels, and using the strength of the legs to come up. You're standing towards the front of the mat. Walk your feet in toward each other. Now, standing tall, balance with your hands reaching actively outwardly. Shift the weight to your left foot, pick up the right foot. All right, so you're balancing here on the left foot. All right, raise your right leg out. Draw it back to center 5 times. Raise your right leg up, back to center. Out, center is 3. Out, center is 4. Out, center is 5. Stay here, and then forward 5 times and back 5 times. Forward, center. Forward, center. Forward, center 3. Forward, center 4. Forward, center 5. Back this time. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, 3, lift, 4, lift, 5. Step the right foot down, walk it out side to side, neutralize just a little bit. All right, so you're towards the front of the mat. All right, let's come back to center. Arms out, actively reaching out to counterbalance. Shift the weight to your right foot and pick up the left. Right? Steady your balance first. When you're ready, lift, lower 5 times. Lift, 2, lift, 3, lift, 4, lift, 5, forward, lift, lower, lift, 2, lift, 3, lift, 4, lift, 5, back, lift, lower, lift, 2, lift, 3, lift, 4, lift, 5. Step the foot back down, walk it out side to side. Now this time, we're shifting to your tiptoes, lifting the heels up and down. Now face forward again so you can see a side view. All right, so gaze your floor, sway ahead of you. Move the arms out, reaching, so you're nice and strong through your arms, and that's a nice way to counterbalance. Shifting to your toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, almost all the way down. Lift, lower. Lift, 10 times, lower. Lift, 4. Lift, 5. Lift, 6. Lift, 7. Lift, 8. Lift, 9. Lift, 10, all the way down. Shift back towards your heels. Just your toes this time. And then keep pressing your toe mounds to the floors, which is the big bony part behind the big toe. So keep that toe mount pressing down and lifting just your toes. All right? Lift, lower, lift, lower 10 times. Lift, 3, lift, 4, lift, 5, lift, 6, lift, 7, lift, 8, lift, 9, lift, 10, release. Face you again. Stepping on the left foot, move your right heel forward. You're on the heel of the foot. You're going to roll the right toes out, roll back to center. Roll out, roll center. 5 times. Roll out, roll center, roll out. It's 4, center, roll out, 5. Roll out again and hold it there. Keep pressing the heel downwards as you lengthen through the legs, lengthen through the spine, crown of the head up, and the arms are still reaching out as you keep turning the toes out. So by now, your inner thighs, the back of the upper part of the calf should feel a good amount of intensity. And then depending on how strong or how weak your hip flexors are, right? And turning the toes out this way and really engaging all those muscle groups around here, right? So if you have weaker muscles, you're probably starting to burn at this point, right? If you have pretty strong ones, maybe you're feeling some engagement, but it's really not super tough at this point. 2 more breaths. And roll it back to center, step the right foot down, pedal out the legs. All right, reach your arms out again, stepping on the right foot. Move the left foot forward, pivot to the heel, and flex your foot. So actively pull the foot back, your toes back. Okay? We're going to roll to the left. Roll back center. Left, center. Left, 3. Left, 4. Left, 5. Roll left and stay there. So your foot is actively pulling back. You're reaching through the heel down as you lengthen through your left leg up. Crown of the head reaching up. Arms are reaching out at an angle and very active with your arms and the left leg. Right, so remember, you're contracting the muscles, you're reaching through the heel. You should start to feel some action now to the back of the left calf, the upper part of the left calf. And then depending on the strength of your hip flexors and flexibility of your hip flexors, you might start to feel something in this whole area around the hip. And roll back to center again, step the left foot down, walk it out side to side. All right, facing forward, feet together, knee together. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace your fingers. Broaden shoulders and release. Broaden shoulders, release. Broaden, release. You're kissing your shoulder blades together. Broaden, release. Broaden. So as you draw the shoulders back, you're also thinking about your upper back, your shoulder blades kissing toward each other, right? So keep contracting. Now, if you want to intensify that, you can, of course, reach your knuckles away from your seat, and that should kiss your shoulder blades even more actively. Now, let's everyone take this into a back bend. Lift the sternum up and lean the upper torso back, taking a gentle gaze upwards towards the sky. Release, come back to neutral, keep your hands, bend at the knees, lean the torso forward. Now think about the lengthiness of the spine as you release your hands. Bend your knees deeper so you can touch your fingertips to the floor. And then as you lengthen a little bit, step the right foot back for a low lunge. Once you steady your balance in a low lunge, rise up for a high lunge. Right? So you're on your right tiptoes in a high lunge. Your heels off the floor. On the inhale, lengthen and reach up. Then bend the front knee, take the arms alongside. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen the front leg and reach up, extend. Bend the front knee, arms alongside and lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside, and take the hands to the floor. Stay here in this low lunge. Right hand stays on the floor, left arm up to a twist. Take the left hand back down, warrior 1. Ground the back heel at an angle and rise up. Arms up high, arms alongside the ears if you can. Now, if your shoulders are tight, you might want to move the arms forward instead. So you want to be able to raise the arms up as high as you can so that you are working your edge, but at the same time, you're not struggling, right? So sometimes when you raise your arms too much and it's too hard for your shoulders, you end up struggling and you lose form, right? So I really want you to find the correct form, which is evenness in your shoulders and your arms, reaching outwardly at an angle if you need to, right? So this is your warrior 1. Open it up, warrior 2. Arms are parallel, reaching opposite directions. Check that front knee. Front knee should be directly over the heel, vertical line. You should also be able to see the inside of the foot. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, left foot stepping back and lower all the way down to the belly. Take the right forearm down and roll to the outside of the right body. Left hand to the floor for support. Now, bend your left knee and take tree pose here, right? So you're stepping the left foot as high up the leg as possible, and, right? So once you set up, now if you feel confident to lift, press into your right forearm and lift the hips away from the floor. And then if you can balance, left arm up. All right, so this is your side plank with tree. Now, if that's difficult, you can, of course, use your left hand, or you can stay here and just activate. All right, let's release. Come back to center. Now, reach your left heel forward. Reach your left heel back. Reach your left heel forward. Reach your left heel back. Forward and back. Come back to neutral. Roll it back to center. Let's switch sides. All right, so you want to find that the left shoulder lines up directly over your elbows. You need this upper arm to be vertical because if your arm is in this position, when you lift, there's not going to be any strength in the shoulders and the arms to help support the weight of the body. You need this bone stacking in order for you to hold the weight of the body up in your side plank in the tree. All right, so with your right hand supporting, bend your right knee, step the heel in, the inner left leg. Make sure you flex your left foot as well. Start to activate, press into your left arm, into your right hand, and lift into your side plank, and then raise your right arm up. Of course, if you're not able to take the right arm up and you need the right hand to support, take that. If you're not able to lift and you want to be on your side, you can just activate your legs. All right, let's release, lower all the way down. Extend the right leg, turn the right toes, and then move the right heel forward, move the right heel back, move the right heel forward, move the right heel back, forward, and back. Come back to center. Roll it back, and take it back to child's pose. Seat toward the heels, and fold forward. Let the head release. Let the seat draw toward the heels, and let the lower back and through the sacrum just broaden and release. And release to come back to down dog. Start to walk your feet forward toward your hands, towards the front of the mat. All right, so face your leg. With your hands supporting, bend the knees. Lift the upper back, come up, lengthen, wrap the hands back behind you, interlace. Actually, I should be facing the side. Lift the heart center up, reach back, and gaze upwards. Come back to center. Bend your knees, keep your hands leaning forward. As you release your hands, take the hands to the floor, bend the knees deeper, and stepping your left foot back, low lunge. You're on your left tiptoes. On the inhale, rise up for high lunge. Lengthen front leg and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, take it down. Let the hands come down to the floor. Left hand stays down. Right arm up to twist. Take the right hand back down to the floor. Ground the back heel. Come up. Warrior one. Open it up. Warrior two. Lengthen out the right leg. Turn the right toes to the left side. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace. Lift up, gaze up. Exhale, release. And dive forward. And bend your knees, lift the back of the head, shift the weight back, come up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, Exhale, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back. And again, lower all the way down to the belly. This time, walk your hands forward. Lower your forearms to the floor. Grab opposite elbows, measure out shoulders width. Sphinx pose. Make sure that your shoulders line up with the elbows, 90 degrees with the arms. Press your belly and your ribs to the floor as you lift the upper back. Now, keep the left toes pointing back. Bend your right knee and flex your right foot. Then lift the right thigh off the floor. And you might have to leverage a little bit more weight into your right arm for this. So your right glutes, right thigh is getting lots of work here. All right, let's start to release your right leg. Extend the right leg. Point the right toes strongly back in space. Bend your left knee and flex your left foot. Press into your left arm to lift the left leg away from the floor. All right, so your left thigh, left glutes, left lower back strong. Begin to release your left leg, release your left foot. Move the elbows out of the way, walk your hands back, and then take it back to child's pose and fold them forward. Take back up, take the seat down, extend the legs forward, I'll rotate to face you. All right, keep the left leg extended, bend your right knee. Take the sole of the right foot to the inner left leg, Janu Shasana. Left hand to the floor, right arm is up. Inhale, lengthen, slightly rotate to the left. Keep that lengthiness of the spine and the hinge at the hips to draw forward. All right, so make sure that you are not going to sacrifice roundedness and shrugging of the shoulders just to attempt to get further forward to grab the foot, right? So you're losing the entire lengthiness of the spine. So I want you instead, lengthen the spine and check into that. Then hinge at the hips to take it forward, keeping the lengthiness of the spine. Go only as far forward as you can maintain that lengthiness, whatever that is. Once you reached it, then you stop and you can move your right arm, grabbing the foot, your ankles, or your shins, whatever you can hold on to. And once you have your anchoring down, inhale, lengthen, and pull into the leg of the foot and draw forward a little bit more. So keep being mindful that you're looking for lengthiness throughout the spine as you take it forward. And as you take it forward, you should feel a nice stretch to your lower back. Release, take it back up, right hand to the floor. Counter twist to the right. All right, take it back to center. Take the right foot, draw it behind you. Legs are roughly 90 degrees. Now, if this is difficult for your hips and your knees, take a less than 90, right? You can angle it forward instead. So have this less severe angle here. This will be a lot easier for your hips. However, if you can take 90, keep it at 90 the best you can. Square the torso forward, left hand to the floor for support. Right arm is up. Inhale, lengthen. Slightly rotate to your left, so you're lining up your torso over your left leg. And again, keeping that lengthiness on the exhale, take it forward, grabbing your foot, ankles, or your shins. Now re-lengthen on the inhale. Keep that lengthiness on the exhale. Sink forward. All right, really important to try to maintain lengthiness. Try not to round too much. And begin to take it back up. And again, let's counter twist to the right. Now, keeping this counter twist, lean the torso forward. So you still rotate it to the right side. As you lean forward over the left leg, see if you can press your left arm to the inner left leg. Use that as an anchor so that you can stack your shoulders a little bit more. Right? So what you don't want is let the right shoulder collapse and fall in this way, right? You want to stack your shoulders to rotate. Then, right arm up and overhead, reach forward to the front of the room and extend to the right fingertips. Now, of course, for those of you who have the range, maybe go deeper to the point that perhaps you have the extension of grabbing the right hand to your left foot. Right, if that is for you. If not, just keep reaching your right arm forward and a lengthy right side. Alrighty, take it back up, keep the legs as they are, and then you're going to twist to the left. Take it back to center. Switch sides. Right leg comes back forward, center your feet. Left sole of the foot to the inner right leg. Right hand to floor for support, lengthen through the spine. Reach your left arm up. Slightly rotate the torso over to the right, so you're lining up your torso over your right leg. Lengthen. Keep that lengthiness of the spine. Hinge at the hips to take it forward. Right, go only as far forward as you can maintain that lengthiness. If you start to round, then stop. Once you stop, then you can always move your arm, right? You can grab the foot, ankle, or your shin, whatever you can hold on to. Then with that resistance, re-lengthen the spine, neutral spine, and then on the exhale, gently take it forward. And begin to take it back up. Keep the legs as they are. Twist to your left. Back to center. Keep the right leg extended. Draw the left heel back. So again, if you can, try to keep this 90-degree angle. If this is not possible, go less than 90. This is okay. Right hand to the floor. Left arm is up. Inhale, lengthen. Slightly rotate to the right, so lining up your torso over your right leg. Keep the lengthiness of the spine, hinge at the hips to take it forward, and then grabbing the foot. Re-lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, deepen. Keep working with lengthiness of the spine. Try not to round too much. Inhale. Take it back up. Again, keep the legs as they are. Twist to your left. And then the side bend from here. Lean over the right leg. Look to stack your shoulders one over the other. Then raise your left arm up and reach toward the front of the room. Now, if you have the extension, fantastic. If you have the bind, even better, right? If this is not available, that's okay. Just keep reaching to your left fingertips. Keep stacking your shoulders. Even use the arm, right arm, to the inside of the right leg to give you resistance so that you can stack more actively. Take it back up. Keep the legs as they are and twist to the right. Take it back to center. Carry your left leg forward. Let's take a regular forward fold. Raise the arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. And so hopefully at this point, with all that rotation, hip opening, side stretches, this forward bend feels like it's a little bit easier to achieve. Right? Because you've done a lot of the work already. All right, come back up. Let's take ankles to knee. Step the left foot down. Now, you don't have to get the heel that close, right? Give yourself a little bit of space, right? So that when you take the right ankle on top of the left knee, right, to the further your foot is, right, the lower your knee, which makes it easier for you to cross the leg over, right? Because if your foot is really close, right, if you don't have the flexibility, you can't reach. So if you have your foot further forward, you can take the ankles to knee. Then with the ankle to knee in place, you can step the foot in a little bit, and using that tension and the anchoring of the left heel down, you can lift the chest and draw closer towards the right shin. Make sure you flex your right foot. Right? So this figure 4 position is really taxing on your knee joint, especially on the outside of the knee joint. So you have to flex your foot to engage the muscles around your ankles and the knee, right? Because you are pushing against your shin here. All right, drop the knees over to the left side. So the right leg is on top. Seated spinal twist. Right hand is behind you. Left arm is up and twist. Now, if this is difficult for you, right? If your right feet cannot easily plant and anchor toward the floor, then it's a little bit tight for you to take the full pose. So then it's better for you to take a half pose with the bottom leg extending forward. This way, it'll give you a chance to ground both feet evenly. And then with the arm to leg, you have several options here. You can take the elbow to the top of the right leg if it's available. Now, if it's a little bit tight, you end up rounding and shrugging, right? You see how you've lost the integrity of that spine. So this is then not good for you, not appropriate, right? So you might want to take the alternative of wrapping the arm, which gives you a little bit more length so that you can sit a little bit taller. Now, this is still tough. You can take the hand to the leg, right? So you have all this length to help you release your spine a little bit to come back to a vertical line as you twist. Right, so think about it. When you twist, you want the spine to be vertical. You don't want the spine to be curved and then twist, right? You see how it's all kind of like really weirdly angled? Right? You're rounded and you're twisting. Right? This is not good for your spine in the long run. You want lengthness and then rotation. All right, release, come back to center. Counter twist to your left. Back to center, support with your hands. Now, for those of you with the left leg extended, you need to bend the left knee, step it back in, and then square back to center. All right? Then extend the left leg forward, extend the right leg forward, and walk it out side to side. All right? So this time, I'll face the front of the room. This is the correct orientation you should have been. Okay? So, step the right foot in. You don't have to come that far in, right? Support with your hands behind you. Left ankle on top of the right knee. Flex your left foot. Then step the heel in and then sitting up tall. Right? So this is the right process in order to take this in the most efficient way and also the most aligned way. All right? Make sure you flex your left foot. All right, drop the knees over to the left side. Left hand is behind you, right arm is up and twist. Now, for those of you who took a half variation, right, your leg should be extended, the bottom leg, the right leg. All right, so left hand behind you, right arm is up and twist. So again, you're looking for lengthening. If this elbow to top the leg forces you to round to twist, right, this is ultimately not good for your spine. So you have the option of wrapping the arm instead, lengthen and twist. If that is still too much, it could be your hand to your knee, lengthen, and then rotate. Inhale back to center. Exhale, counter twist. Back to center again. Lean back, support with your hands. If the right leg is extended, you need to step it back in and then square back to center. Re-extend the right leg, re-extend the left leg. This time, separate your feet about match with distance. Raise your arms up high. Exhale. Lean forward and grab either the inside of the heels, if you can. Now, if you cannot grab the heels, you can grab the inside of the leg. Lengthen anchor in, right? Pull against the inside of the legs and draw forward. Again, try not to round the spine. Instead, lengthen it as you take it forward. Right? And that lengthiness could mean if this is all you can handle, then that's all you're doing. Right? This is way better, right? With that lengthiness and drawing forward with integrity than this, right? This is not what we want at all. This is good. This is even better, and so on and so forth. All right, coming back up. Draw the left heel in. Swing the right leg back, and this is your pigeon. Standing on top of the left shin. Left knee, left thigh, angles out to side, 30 to 45 degrees. Hands supporting. Into right knee as far back as you can. Untuck the toes, lower the seat. Supporting with your hands. Elongate to the spine. Make sure you feel levelness in your pelvis and lengthiness to the spine. And once you have all that measured out, then you're ready to take it forward. Forearms to the floor or making pillows with the hands. Right, so now you're beginning to kind of quiet down and look inwards. Right? So feel for the sensations where it feels challenging for you. Right? And where is that? Connect with them. Breathe into those spots. While that is happening, with your mind's eye, start to scan the shape of your pelvis. Does it feel like you're sitting down to one side and you're tilting to one direction, right? If you do, then that means you're too far to that direction. You need to shift it back to the opposite direction and coming back to levelness. Right? You should feel pretty even on both sides if you did this right. All right, begin to lift, walk back in, take the left seat down, swing the right leg forward, and then center your seat so that you can cross your right leg over. So you have a simple cross-legged position. Inhale, take the arms up high, keep that lengthiness, tilt forward, only as far forward as you can manage without rounding the spine. Then you take the hands down, supporting with the hands. Re-lengthen. Look for that tension. Now again, when you lengthen, right, you're not reaching with your chin. If you reach with your chin, you're crunching the back of the neck, right? So consider the angle in which your torso is, right? Slightly forward. If your spine is neutral, where are you looking? You're actually looking forwards and downwards, right? So re-lengthen and go a little bit deeper. Now, if you happen to have enough range to take the forearms down. If you take the forearms down, then go ahead and round forward. For those of you who have the flexibility, who have the length to be really lengthy as you draw forward, then keep working within that. Right? If you have the ability to keep that lengthiness as you keep drawing it forward, then take it. If not, you can go ahead and round. All right, start to walk it back in. Keep the legs as they are. Twist to the right. Back to center. Twist to your left. Back to center. Extend the legs forward. And then let's shake it out just a little bit. All right, second side. Draw the right heel in and swing the left leg back. Center your seat. Walk your hands in, inch left knee as far back as you can. Sit up tall, elongate through the spine, levelness in your pelvis, and then start to make your way forward. Again, forearms down or pillows with the hands. breathing into the spots that feel particularly tight. Like there's a lot of fire in that spot, right? A lot of heat, a lot of rigorousness. So you have choices, of course. You can ease out of it a little bit so it's less of a sensation. Or you can try to zero it in and then breathe into those spots and see if through your breath you can release it a little bit. Two more breaths. And begin to make your way back up. Take the right seat down. Swing the left leg around. You might need to recenter your feet and cross the left leg over. So this time, it should be the left leg on top. Right? Settle into your seat. Raise your arms up high. Inhale, lengthen. Tilt the torso forward. Let the hands come down and support. Once you have the hands supporting, re-lengthen the spine. So really think about lengthiness, right? Crown of the head reaching forward, tailbones reaching down, right? So try not to round, try not to overly back bend and arch too much, neutral. Then as you make your way forward, maybe when your forearms come down, you can round. If that is not for you, then hands supporting. Keep the lift. Keep the torso leaning forward through a lengthy spine. Start to make your way back up. Twist to the left. Center. Twist to the right. Center. Legs forward with your hands supporting, sliding the hands out, lower onto your back. Bridge pose. Bend your knees. Walk your feet in. Your feet should be separated by hips width with your fingertips. Feel for the back of the heels. Once you have that, press your palms and your forearms down and lift the feet. So as you press your heels down, lift the feet as high up as you can, and you start to roll into your back bend, higher and higher up the back. Until perhaps eventually you stand on top of the shoulders and the back of the head. On the back of the shoulders, or the upper back, right? And then in the back of the head. If you would like to interlace your hands underneath you, you can then shimmy your shoulders inwards so that you can maybe go even higher here. Begin to release and gently lower it down. Keep the right foot down. Draw the left knee in. Let's start again with ankles to knee. Make sure you flex your left foot, right? Again, anytime you take this figure four position, you gotta flex your foot. Once you have this, think about the left knee working away from you. Away from you. Then keep that figure four, ankles to knee, lift the right foot, and draw the right thigh in, right knee in. Then with your arms, with your hands, wrap to the front of the right shin with your hands. If you can keep the upper back of the head on the floor, stay there. If you need to lift chest, go ahead. Now when you lift the chest, try not to look forward. If you look forward, you're using the back of the neck way too much. But if you draw back in a more neutral spine with the back of the head, back of the neck, you might be able to find a much better positioning here to hold this pose. Lift up with the upper back, working away from the floor. And start to release. Step the left foot back down. Let's extend the legs out a little bit. And then maybe windshield wiping your toes side to side. All right, second side. Bend your knees, step the feet down. Left foot stays down. Right ankle on top of the left knee. Flex your right foot and rotate that side. As you then lift your left foot away from the floor. Thread the arms through to grab the front of the left shin. Make sure again you're flexing your right foot. You may stay here or start to lift the head. Now try not to look forward, but instead keep a neutral spine and lift through the upper back. And release. Step the right foot down. Extend the legs out. Reach the arms overhead and reach opposite direction. Then release. Take the left arm out to the side. Draw the left knee in. Right hand to outside the left leg and twist to the right. Recline twisting. Square back to center. Switch legs, switch arms, and twist to your left. Take it back to center. Hug both knees in. And step the feet to the floor. Slide the legs forward. Shavasana, relaxation. Let it all go. Begin to take your breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions, and rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Together in prayer. Bowing forward, sealing the practice. Inhale, come up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Please visit again my website at simhayoga.com for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab, and the 4-digit ID code is 8096 if you're prompted for verification. Costs are $10 if you're having a difficult time right now. $5 is fine. Please do the best you can. So I'm streaming on Instagram and on Facebook, and my videos are uploaded to YouTube at my YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab. The quality is best on YouTube, so please check that out. I think it's the best place for you to find your practice. All right, so thank you again for your time. Be well, take care. I will see you soon.